Hey everybody, and welcome back to Be Elite Gaming. We are here in Permadeath Hard Mode, Hardcore Bazou. This is going to be the first 7 days of the Permadeath challenge that I will be playing. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy the video. Let's go ahead and get started with day 1. Alright, and we're here. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves the orange shirt. That is going to be the staple of our playthrough, my favorite color, and it's going to be the only one I wear. No point in actually changing the clothes in this game, so I'm just going to rock with it. There's car meets, there's the snack delivery. We're going to call the mom real quick and let her know what's going on.
Oh, allô, mon beau garçon! Bientôt, là, je vais avoir terminé de faire le ménage de ta chambre. C'est sûr que si je trouve quelque chose, là, je te fais signe.
Alright, Mom. And here's the junk car that we start out with, our Bazou, little junker. Gonna go ahead and fix her up as good as we can. Put the intake, the grill, the lights, brake rotors, our brake pads. There's the wrench. We can go ahead and start bolting things down. That way we can add more components on top, especially to these wheels. We gotta add the wheels on top of the rotors and the calipers, but we gotta bolt the calipers first, or else we won't be able to see them after, possibly. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and bolt the intake down. Intake is pretty easy, just 4 bolts. Next up, we got the front headlights, followed by the front grille. Everything looking nice and tight. We're keeping it going. Alright, second headlight done. Bam, we got the seat put in. Gonna start bolting that bad boy down as well. Take the bolts out of the back seat in order to use them for the front seat, because we're not going to need the back seat anymore after this. And let's go ahead and throw the back seat down in the shed. If we ever need a quick nap, we can go ahead and use it. There's the last bolt for the front seat. Bam. There's our front wheels, and the front wheels being bolted down. Easy as pie. As you can see, the car isn't fully in working order, but it is going to run and drive, I hope. Definitely missing quite a few components from the top and front area still. They are behind us in the shed, but we do not have the bolts to add them on. So we'll have to go ahead and grab some bolts and add them on later. As long as she runs and drives, we'll be alright. Gonna go ahead and try to make sure all of the back bolts on the back wheels are fully bolted down. Should be one of the checklist options as well. Alright, we're all done with that, and let's see if she fires up. Yeah, let's go. Listen to the baby purr. Not too bad, not too bad. Sounds a bit rough. It is all rusted up inside. Gonna take our maiden voyage and go ahead and see our brother over there, Francis. He is a vital first stop for any hardcore permadeath playthrough. You gotta get the chainsaw. You need any type of money you can get in this early game. Francis's house is right here on the left. We're gonna go ahead and pull right in the driveway. That's a nice truck you got there, Francis. Oh man, I wish I had a truck. All the thing I'm about to do with this chainsaw you're giving me. I could definitely use a nice truck for logging. Hey little brother, I have this old chainsaw for you. If you cut me some firewood, I can pay you. Alright, Francis, we'll see when we get there. It's gonna be a while before I get to firewood on this playthrough. Alright, let's head on back home. We're gonna have to cut down a tree in order to make a little bit of cash. Now, Francis is a very lucrative person to know. He doesn't like to chop firewood on his own. It's his little tidbit of information. If you give him firewood, he'll pay you for every last firewood you bring, and it is very, very lucrative in the opening of this game. I head back here to our forest, where we have a few different trees available, different tree types. It's gonna go ahead and grab pine to start with. It is the bulkiest tree, gives you the least amount of logs, but it's also the most expensive tree. So therefore we can carry less and make the same roughly amount of money. If we carry about 4 logs of this, we should make roughly the same as carrying half a tree worth of maple or so. Especially birch. Birch is the cheapest wood, so you get like 3 times the amount for any birch logs you bring in. So we're gonna go ahead and just use the pine for now. Alright, stuck in. Alright. Sorry, bae. I can't see here with these logs in my way. So we're just gonna back it up, ever so oh, nope. That's not gently. Oh man, I think I high-centered it a little bit. Log's dancing in the passenger seat. Oh, I just spit. That's great. Good way to start it out. Let's get stuck high-centered on the old path here. The tires of the Koenig is very flat to begin with. I think they start about 20 psi worth of pressure in each tire, maybe a little bit less. So we got that not working in our favor here. If the tires were a bit more inflated, we might have a chance to pull out of here, but let's just use the hoist puller and we'll grab, and I'll feed this bit up. Let's go ahead and just get the car unstuck and get it out of here. And then we'll head off here to sell the logs in a moment. Alright, let's keep going. This is hardcore permadeath, so it does not stop. You gotta keep grinding. Even if you crash the car, you gotta get it unstuck. You gotta get it moving. Any lost days could result in death around here, and we don't want to die. Because if we die, we have to start all over from the beginning again. Especially if we don't want to die on the first day. That would just be embarrassing. And here is the lumber mill. We'll be seeing this place a lot in the beginning here. Boom, got $60 for that load. Just as I thought, every log is about $15. Here's the gas station. Gonna go ahead and grab the tire pump.
Hey, comment est-ce qu'il va aujourd'hui? Hey, prends-toi une petite canisse de sirop pour la route, là.
Salut! No.
Alright, gotta talk to our friends here at the gas station as well. Keep our friendships up. Each person has a chance to give you something when you reach a certain milestone worth of friendship. So we'll be seeing these guys an awful lot through this playthrough. And slowly but surely with this hand pump, get the tires up to 40 psi. That's about where we want it for maximum grip and performance. That should allow us not to get high centered on any more berms or anything like that. And then we're gonna rush off back to home real quick. Gonna have to grab another load of logs, or else we're gonna end up being broke. We still need to grab another thing from the gas station before they close if we can. Let's hope we can make it in time. There's also a job in town we gotta get to afterwards, so let's go ahead and keep rushing here. Boom, we made it back, and looks like the berm's not a problem anymore. Cut down another pine tree, and then we'll grab that pine tree and stuff it back in the car again.
Inside of me, you better watch out if your enemy's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones.
Alright, another load of wood secured, and let's get up out of here. Back it up, back it up, back it up. And good. Sending it straight back to the lumber mill again for round 2.
And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me
Sometimes these traffic can be quite a bit slow. They get in your way a lot.
and if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate.
And second load delivered, and we're on our way back to the gas station. Get our second item of the playthrough. A very, very necessary item that we will need. It's right there, the pruning loppers. Go ahead and pop those into the back of the car. And then we will grab some maple syrup to make sure we don't die while doing our job as well. We don't want to die on the road. There we are. Back in the old car. And the job is literally right around the corner here. The old poutine shack, which somehow has a job of us delivering pizzas. So, don't ask me to explain why I can sell pizza or deliver pizza, but I can't buy pizza from the poutine shack, or where he even gets the pizzas from when he sells only poutine there. But we're not going to question it. Gonna go ahead and just deliver the pizzas as quick as we can. Boom, got one down. The old BMW kind of sucks at taking turns, but we are trying to make it work the best we can. It has got all rusty parts everywhere. There. Oh, wait, no, not the third. Where's the pizza? The pizza's gone. Oh no. Alright, let's go ahead and find the pizza real quick. Can't be too far. Looks like it only fell on the road a few short meters away. Go ahead and drop that back and throw it in the zone, and we're on our way back to town, or back home again. Alright, and if you feel like that was enough for the day, I'm gonna go for the triple whammy and go ahead and start grabbing some logs for the old sugar shack over here. I just gotta drive up and cut down some pine trees and throw it in the wood pile. Each pine tree gives me 6 logs roughly, so I think it's 64 logs you need for the entire sugar shack. So there'll be quite a few days out here cutting down trees for this place. Might as well do a little bit tonight. Not sure exactly how many I can get tonight, and it's very, very dark, so it's very hard to see as well. But using the headlights of the car makes it a little easier. At least for this tree, once we move out of this vicinity, we won't be so easily able to do it anymore. I do have a flashlight in game. The flashlight will give me the ability to see a little bit more. And that looks like all the logs we got for the evening. I really badly need to go to sleep because my energy has turned red. Red means I'm susceptible to pass out very soon. I think I screwed up a little bit, staying too long, bringing logs to the pile here. So I'm quite rush moding on the way back. I don't want my anxiety to get up too high either from bouncing the car around, or else I might die from anxiety as well, which is a new thing for hard mode. You cannot die in the normal game through anxiety. So quickly make it to bed real quick, just in the nick of time. Whew. That was stressful. Let's start day 2. Now day 2 brings the update as well. Oof, our poutine's looking mighty low on their perishable length. Expiration, I guess you would call it. Grab the pine saplings from yesterday and make sure they're planted before I get anything done. And then by the time I get through the video game save in the morning, it's around 2 in the afternoon. This gives me a little bit of time to head to town. Oh yeah, listen to that baby purr again. After starting right up, we head right over to Francis's first thing. Always got to make sure we say hello to our nice brother. Brother is a very helpful man. Good to see you too, big bro. He always says nice things to us. Alright, and then we head right into the town here. Our normal route gets pretty old real quick. Try to keep it going as fast as possible for you guys. Ooh, a little skirt around that little red truck. Bam. Pull up to the gas station. First thing I notice is that the new update also brings snowmen and trees all over the place. And also the bell for the gas pumps. Now when you pull up, you get a little bell sound, which is nice. It is only Tuesday. I don't have the sale going on for gas today, but I will be filling up the gas. That way I can make sure I am good for the week. I don't want to run out of fuel before Thursday. I feel like if I don't fill it up now, I'm still going to end up paying the same amount tomorrow, because I will not make it till Thursday on fuel with this car. So I'll take the money I got now and I'll go ahead and fill this bad boy up. Alright, a 35. Well, that's an expensive tank. $40.06 for that bad boy. Gotta head into the gas station real quick and say hello to my boys.
Oh ben, content de te voir. Hey, dis-moi donc, qu'est-ce que c'est fait? Tu mets pas d'ordinateur dans tes bazous, toi?
Norma's alluding to the fact that I can somehow obtain some good stuff for these people later. It helped me get my anxiety down, as well as helps me gain a little bit of money around town as well. And then I do a quick look around at all of the different stuff on the shelves, and then I hop back up in the car and we take off again. It is 1600, but my hopes are that I can get another load of logs, get back in time to grab my pizza job and then go home after, because I'll have nothing else to do in town for the rest of the day. Ooh, a little side swipe on the way home. The guy came out of nowhere and I didn't quite see him in time. Barely missed crashing into him head on. Make it back home nearly 1700. We gotta hurry up. Just throw a couple logs in the car and let's get out of here. Well, that was a nice little 3-point turn. It has just crossed over 1700, so we are a little over to time to start the job at the moment. Quick little check of my relationships. And then I keep going. And it's around 17:30 that I make it to the lumber mill again, which it is closed for the day. And I realized that, so I decided to throw the logs out of the car, try to rush my way over to the poutine shack. Before they close up. It's getting real tight. It's a real bad idea to have gone back for those logs at this point. Not only was it closed, but I think I'm going to miss my job for the night. It looks like I made it. Got 1 minute to spare. 18. And bam, it shuts off right as I approach the window. But then I get to see this cool muscle car that they added into the update. Not sure who it belongs to or what happens with it, if we can grab it. That'd be cool though. And then I head back to the woods around the house to try to gather a couple more trees for this sugar shack. The sugar shack's gonna eventually be a very big lifesaver for us, but we have to keep maintaining ourselves until we can actually build it. It's gonna take a long process to build this big thing. I think it's 64 logs in total. Yes, it is. And for the rest of Tuesday, this is what I'll be doing. Just cutting down a few trees and rushing them into the little green circle for the sugar shack.
My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in The atmosphere charting the stratosphere. I prayed for you, kept you near. Hopes you chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so. And now I'm chasing
And with that bit of work done, I head home for the night.
the great big leaves. Laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the whole.
Don't forget to plant the saplings.
I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.
More poutine today. Day 3. And I am here in Canada, getting things going again. Go ahead and call the mom first. Always got to make sure we call in the mom. Sometimes it's so hard to dial this damn phone.
Tu peux m'appeler plus souvent, hein? Ça me fait toujours plaisir. Mais bon, je suis contente quand tu t'appelles. Je vais pas boire assez de sirop d'érable, hein?
It looks like we can ask Martin for a lift into town if we call that number. We go ahead and grab the gas can that we picked up yesterday and oh no, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna put it in the back of the car. That would be dumb because it's full. I will put it in after it's empty. We're gonna go ahead and empty this into the generator first.
And this world ain't bright, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it.
Instead of putting it in the car, actually we won't be needing it because we're not going to be able to afford a bunch of extra gas. So I'll be keeping the generator off for the moment. Standing on the jack stand. One bar on the console, so I'll go ahead and put that down. Hopefully it won't lose any charge even though the generator's not on. It won't gain any charge either. And then I'll go ahead and grab some logs and to take with me. Door's not going to close all the way, so that's fine. We'll just drive with it open a little bit. Let's a little trip over to Francis's because we got to talk to him anyway. And once we get back in the car, maybe we can get him situated again. Can't wait to go camping, eh? Yeah, camping's fun. Resituate the logs a little bit, and then yeah, everything closes up nicely. Go ahead and get our way back to town, which, as you remember, we still do have a couple of logs we left over there yesterday. Not seeing much traffic in this early morning. Also not seeing a lot of police with the new update. It actually takes quite a bit before the police start to show up. And after that log delivery, we are up to $100 again, $103. So I decide to go up and see Eric for the first time. Eric is the Maple Sugar Federation attendant. He helps us buy a lot of maple syrup stuff, and we get to see some of the new maple syrup equipment, the new tanker, new 50,000 liter plastic tank. Hopefully one day we can make it to upgrading that far, but that won't be for a long, long time. It'll definitely be longer than the 7 days. You get to see the cool Christmas trees they've added to the game as well. Very, very nice touch, Santa Goat. I tip my hat to you. Hey, look, they got a lot of barrels now. There used to only be only one. Now you got, what, 6, 8 barrels to start with? Wow. I mean, can't afford any of those, so it's not really helping us. Got a whole can crate now. Can't really afford that. I mean, I could afford the can crate, but there's no point in me buying that now. That's Eric. Oh, thank you, Eric. Thank you. Such a kind gentleman you are. Go ahead and buy all of the stuff that I can for this maple sugar shack I'm building. Eventually, after building up the shack itself, I'll need this stuff to pipe the trees into the shack. Before I leave, let's go ahead and grab my friends. Friendship's a big part of this game. We gotta make sure our friendships are high. And here we are back home, going to the sugar shack to drop the things off. Took a bit of a rest as I got home. That way I could refresh myself to play some more. I love how he curses every time he gets a little ball. It ain't that bad. I'm a go-getter, try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever, the beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness, I can honest believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control. Leave the sugar shack items over here. That way I can have them once I fully build this place up. It's getting there. Log pile's looking pretty high up there now. About halfway, it looks like, actually. That's nice, not bad, not bad. A few more good days of working. We'll have a nice sugar shack working. Once again, checking on the generator. This time I'll actually turn it on. I'll get my portable console charged up real nice while I'm gone today. Always worried that I hit the parking brake. As soon as I go into third person, I can't actually do the parking brake, so I gotta do it beforehand. I do like the third person driving. If anybody is watching at this point and would like to comment down below, do you prefer the third person driving or do you prefer the first person driving? I would definitely like to know. There's our first glimpse of the cops. Definitely got myself a little screenshot there. Back to the old poutine shack to get actual poutine this time. Hey chef, what's up, man? Alright, and our poutine's been acquired. Go ahead and do the nice slow roll away from the stop sign here. Be very careful. I don't know how bad these cops are with their radar detectors and whatnot, but the speed limit is quite low in town, actually. I think it's only 50 kilometers an hour on these roads, and that's not good. So I usually blow through here about 90 to 100. Oh, there is a cop here. I have heard that this is one of the main places they like to stop people. You're not gonna catch me today, copper. But you are cool to look at. Gonna grab a potato over here. Even though I don't really need the potato quite yet. I just want an excuse to look at the cops some more. And then I run back home. Because that's what I do. I gawk at the police in this game because they're brand new. And it's actually a really, really cool feature to see Santico having added. And now that our generator is running, our poutine will actually stay nice and cold in the fridge, allowing us to store several and have them for a lot longer. We just gotta make sure we don't let the generator die, and our poutine should last, I think, about 4 to 5 times longer in the freezer than it does normally. I think normally if you don't have the freezer on, it only lasts like 3 days tops, but if you have the freezer on, it actually lasts double or so it lasts maybe 7 days tops if you're lucky. I do keep a nice bowl of poutine with me as we head back to town, because I'm not sure how much my poutine bar does go up while I'm driving, and at this point I'm just being cautious to not die, especially after making it 3 full days in. It becomes quite a paranoid thing to watch the bars continuously go up and down, up and down, up and down, wondering if this is the time the bar is going to go up and you're not going to have the poutine or the maple syrup to sustain you. And you're not going to make it back in time. So I start wanting to bring some with me here and there if I feel paranoid. On this occasion, I probably should have been more paranoid about the maple syrup than the poutine. Maple syrup definitely does go up a lot faster. However, I'm not concerned about the maple syrup here, just the poutine. That is good. We finish all of the... Going the wrong way, so we're gonna have to flip a U-turn, and now we're gonna head back home after finishing the pizza delivery job. Carefully avoid any cops, especially in the beginning of the game here. I feel like a ticket could be very devastating to have to pay. I mean, I'm barely making ends meet with cutting down logs here, and my goal is to buy a wood splitter, so I'm far from that goal. Once I can split the logs, then I can make a little bit more from my brother Francis. Then I realize that I didn't need to bring the poutine with me, so I go ahead and shove it in the freezer. And realize that I also need to drink some maple syrup. So I just decide to go to bed and start day 4. And day 4, I go ahead and get myself sorted before throwing the potato in the shack and getting myself prepared for another trip. And getting stuck down in the ditch towards the maple sugar shack. Maple syrup shack. whatever you want to call it, syrup production place. But I got very, very stuck because I missed my turn a little bit and drove the wrong way, which happens. Enjoy the little montage of me speeding around in this little ditch trying to force myself out. Eventually I hop out of the car and grab the old crank, little cranky crank, and pull it out. That sucked. Let's go ahead and try to make sure we don't drive into any ditches anytime in the future. And from here, I'm just here to collect the chainsaw and the pruning loppers, because I need to grab some more wood for sale. As much as I want to keep going with the sugar shack, I need sustenance. And eventually the wood splitter. So that's not going to help me if I just constantly only do one type of thing. So this time I decide I'm going to cut down a nice maple tree, and you put as many logs of maple as I can in my car, and hopefully I make a little bit more than I do off of the pine trees, which if I can stuff enough in here, I know I will. I think that is all I get, which I hope is enough. And another trip into town, and my driving has not improved any. I'm still driving like an absolute maniac, but I am keeping it safe enough to not bounce around too much and get my anxiety off the charts. And take the long way around, but I make it over to the sawmill. And once again, as usual, make my stop at the gas station after the sawmill. Oh, y'all. I got a whole bunch of maple syrup.
Content de te voir.
Need to sustain
Dis-moi donc,
myself.
qu'est-ce que c'est fait? Tu mets pas d'ordinateur dans tes bazous, toi?
Oh yes, I love when they almost collide together with their talking. It's so cool to hit them both at the same time. Like they're trying to talk over each other. And then I also head over to Melanie's flower shop, I believe it's called, and talk to her. She lets me know about the dog, and I grab some planters and head on out of there. I don't know why the recording now sounds like I have a turbocharger in this thing all of a sudden. But wow, that thing is pretty high-pitched and loud. While making the recording, I also went through and checked it, and the high pitch was, I forgot the pitch compensation, so now it should be better during the actual video. I'm glad you guys don't have to hear that. That was really crazily high pitched. But now I'm on my way to the windmill towers. I'm gonna go ahead and park right here on the hill because that's as far as I can get. Let's hope nothing falls out while I'm up there. But right now I need to get myself up here. That way I can get my marijuana seed. I need to get my marijuana business going. So I go ahead and climb this tower. Takes quite a bit of time. And I am rewarded with a wrench. Great, thanks. Go ahead and throw the wrench back in the car. I see I am losing some stuff. Oof. I eat the maple syrup to just keep myself sustained while I do the next tower. Because I need to go ahead and climb this one as well. Hopefully this one's got my seed. And if not, there's a third tower I can go to. Let's hope I don't have to deal with that because I am running out of food bar. My poutine bar is getting a little high. And I do find the marijuana seed. The marijuana seed comes with me. I'm gonna go plant it and make it a happy little tree. I spit again, and I carefully drive backwards down the hill. And I notice there's a few things that fall out of the car as I'm driving away. So I go ahead and collect them. That is all easy peasy. I'm gonna have to grab the marijuana seed in my hand. That way it can't fall out of the car while I'm driving. That would be really suck because it's the only one that I know you can get at this early stage of the game. And from what I understand, you cannot get any more until unlocking the bunker further down the line, which you need, I think, 8-9 packs, big packs of marijuana joints. So those are quite a long ways, and if you don't have that one seed, then I don't know how you're getting 8 big packs of that marijuana joints. Here's our outdoor planter. We placed it and locked it in place. That way it can't move. And at this point I realize I have forgotten completely to buy the watering can. So I can't even water my plant. So that sucks. I had to grab the stuff, maple syrup that I bought from the place. A couple of them in here still. And there's a wrench back there that I found at the windmill, and I gotta grab that and throw that away. Well, not throw it away, but throw it in the shed or something. I think for now I'm just gonna leave it on the ground there. I'm not gonna need to bring it with me. At this point I already realized that I don't really need to put the maple syrups in the fridge because they don't expire like the poutine does in this game. So I generally don't need to put the maple syrup in the fridge. But I do kind of like to keep things nice and organized at the same time, so I'm going to go ahead and place them in the apartment, in the trailer. At this point, I go ahead and start looking around the other island for this dog that Melanie was talking about. I am not entirely sure exactly where Leo is, but I decided to go on a little excursion the other way while going to the pizza place. And on the way, I find the ATV chilling over here at this farm. I get out and decide to check it out for a moment, and it looks like it's $1,250 in order to buy the small ATV. So we go ahead and keep going because I don't have anywhere near $1,250. And even if I did, I don't feel like the ATV would be worth spending $1,250 now. Maybe later on. I eventually concede defeat of trying to find old Leo because I do not know exactly where his encampment is. So I just decide to head to town and start getting ready for my job. And here we are, we get another pizza delivery going. And let's go. Hopefully we can get a little over $100 by the end of these pizza runs if we can get them done fast enough. Let's hope none of our pizzas fall out of the back of the car. Alright, and that's the last pizza run. We did get over $100. And on the way back home, I'm just going to start explaining the episode number 5 decided to crap the bucket on me, so I don't actually have the video footage for episode 5. What I was able to do was I was able to watch the video, but I wasn't able to edit it. So I watched it and I took a bunch of screenshots about what I did particularly through Friday. But I don't have any actual footage of what happened through Friday. So I'll do a brief summary about Friday's date. Day 5 started out with me gathering some firewood and bringing it to see Francis, as well as taking it to the lumber mill. Then I got to see Roger stand for the first time in this playthrough, which we'll see a lot more in the future, and talk to Roger for the first time. He told me he needed $5,000. Then I started buying the other stuff that I needed. I went and saw my friends in town. And I finally did find where the pooch is. And I fed him his bag of treats. I brought my stuff home and I planted my potatoes and finally watered my weed seed. And then I brought another load of firewood in. And then I grabbed the pizza job from the town. And I quickly did the pizza job once again. And I ended up with about $228 to finish. Roughly $229. Nice for the day. Day 6. Day 6 is just me doing a whole bunch of stuff at the sugar shack. I start out by clipping a whole mess of trees, as well as I start getting my stuff together to do more pine trees. I believe I got the chainsaw over in the car. I'll eventually go get it. Right now I'm just planting and cutting the maple saplings down, trying to make a nice border around the ditch where I get stuck a lot driving around. If I can have a nice borderline of trees, that would be nice. Eventually I will be able to. I just gotta keep planting them around. You put all birch and pine that I find in my car. That way I can bring those back by the house. I would like to keep all maples over here and all birch and pine be cut down and brought and moved all the way over to the house area. Eventually I'll get there for that. That takes a lot of organization. It does create more room for maple syrup trees over here. And the more I have in close proximity to each other, the easier it would be for me to not have to deal with tons and tons of roping and spaghetti junctions and all kinds of nonsense, which I do end up having to deal with in the future. Usually always end up dealing with spaghetti junctions in this game. But yeah. Go, grab the chainsaws. Now it's time to finally get some logs for the sugar shack itself.
My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares through. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the whole is just you and me. I thought you were the one for me, that's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas, oh you meant the world to me. Inside of me, you better watch out if your enemy's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me, and he gets caught real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score, never getting bored. Loves the blood and gold, always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really listen until they feel the force of hard in. If you start shit, you be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped, you be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. There's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. When there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. Got a monster inside of me, you better watch out. If you ignite me's a road ahead of full prophecy. To be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me. And he gets claws real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score. Never getting bored, loves the blood and gore. Always wanting more freedom from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You'll be chewed up and discarded.
And it's at this point that I realize that it is Saturday and the gas station's about to close and I have no food or maple syrup. So I realize how screwed I am. My maple syrup is already about a quarter of the way gone, and if I do a lot of work come Sunday, I will probably become too thirsty, and I don't know if I'll be able to make it until Monday. So I rush, but there's just no way I'm gonna make it to the gas station in time for them before they close, which does really suck. I don't know what's gonna happen. My game plan after realizing and trying this was that I would end up having to do nothing for the entire day of Sunday except play video games, and that way maybe my maple syrup won't betray me. But for now, during this part, I go ahead and do my normal delivering my pizzas, and at this point I am crapping myself realizing what I have done, and I don't know if I'm gonna make it till Monday. Let's hope and pray. Alright, pizzas are all delivered and time to go home. Dang. I messed up bad, guys. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to this one. I forgot to get maple syrup and I'm out. I believe I'm all out. Alright, well, I'll see you through the Sunday montage. Oh, I left my car running. Well, left the lights on. Go ahead and close that out. There we go. Boom. Let's get it. Day 7. And as I said, I have no food and no maple syrup. So I just spend the entire day playing video games. I get roughly through most of the day before I remember that I forgot also to fill up the generator, so my computer dies on me, but I'm able to call the mom still. And then I just use the Game Boy to finish off the day.
Jason, est-ce que tu fais des courses la nuit? T'es mieux de pas faire ça,
And
là.
as
Tu
you
devrais
can
aller
see,
parler à
my
Normand à la
maple
place pour
syrup
qu'il
is
rouvre la traque, là. Ça a
slowly
bien plus
going
de
up
sens,
throughout the
c'est bien moins
day.
dangereux.
And then when I sleep, it gets really, really bad. I still don't know if I'm going to survive the next week. Let's turn around and find out. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Please stay tuned. Like, share, and subscribe for more. Have a great day. Day 5.